For conventionally attractive people, do you have a hard time finding serious dates/relationships? If you are shy/introverted and attractive, that can be a difficult combination. I think people tend to label you as aloof, arrogant etc, assuming it's because of your appearance, when you are really just quiet. People who get to know you personally from work/school/community, which usually takes a while, will realize this is not the case and eventually ask you out. You will be surprised how many have been interested and kind of watching you for a while, but held back because they did not know your personality. When they feel more comfortable with you, you will be asked out a lot. So I would suggest getting to know people in real life. Dating apps will not work well for you due to assumptions. In public, just try to ignore the awkward stares with no conversation and get on with your day. This is so true. Especially I have that resting BTCH face, so people tend to assume I'm aloof or not a people person. But when they talk to me and they really get to know me, they know that first impressions are not always right. One could be attractive and still be awkward and strange. It's not always one thing. This sir, I'm a guy, 30 meters, and I know that I'm attractive because I always find girls checking me out. But my personality is not all that great. In a way, it's hard to find people that connect in a deeper level that surface conversations. While girls do like good looking people, they love personality more. In my experience, charm can go farther than looks. But I have to agree with the folks who talk about identifying your standards. Yes, most people tend to sexualize attractive people and aren't really interested in scratching the beyond the surface. It's like they want bragging rights or just don't want to deal with fears in their own minds. Getting cheated on. A guy told me once he isn't sure he wants to date me because he's worried who might approach me at the gym. Like I'm just minding my own business. So you think I have time to entertain people like that? The worst part is the prejudice and assumption that attractive people just love the attention. No, we love the attention from the person we love. And we love to love. Yay. Human stuff. Couldn't be truer. Attractive PPL will always have more options than those less attractive. One way to filter out your dating partner is literally by having standards. If you're actually looking for something serious, learn to see indicator that this guy is a ref boy and this guy isn't. This. Once you get the hang of having standards and filtering through what you don't like, try practicing and identifying what you do like, and keep an eye out for that. Because only looking for what you don't like and avoiding it is a surefire way to missing someone that may be what you are looking for, but you don't see it. Because even though identifying the red flags is good, not everything you don't like is a red flag. Can we not fix you and up together on a date? Have Reddit courtship, Reddit engagement, then the best damn Reddit wedding ever known. I'm down. There are a lot of men out there that will gladly have serious dates and relationships, get to know each other on a deep level, exploring life together, but are having a time finding a good match. This is a universal issue for all. Don't solo this out just to attractive people. Unfortunately, if you are deemed hot/beautiful, you will attract a lot of sexual attention in general. Dating apps are basically tools for hookup these days. So if you want something with a little more depth, you might want to consider a different dating strategy. Consider meeting people through some of your hobbies or interests. Learn about others the way you want others to learn about you. Hold off sexual talk if you don't feel inclined to. Let your dates know that you're not open to sex until you feel a strong emotional connection. Thank you for your insight. You probably are a good date, but just suffer from bad luck lol. Maybe make friends first or find old-fashioned people who like to take it slow. I admit I kind of suck at socializing since I'm an introvert, but once I get past that, I can have good interpersonal skills. I'm not the type to talk about shallow stuff or make small talks. I always genuinely want to know about the person I'm seeing, and they would always shift the topic somewhere else, most especially sexual stuff. I hate small talk too, but all my GFs have been extroverts. I don't know why. It would be so much easier for me to have an introverted GF, but I guess opposites attract. As for finding a serious relationship, it'll happen eventually. All my serious relationships start off not so serious, then you start liking them a lot. which eventually turns into love. You have to go through few bad ones to find the right one. You're still young. You have plenty of time. Got one more thing. Even though you don't like small talk, learn to do it. Talking too serious initially can push them away. Keep the conversation light for couple dates. Yes, I have trouble finding a partner, but from my point of view as a man, I think it's mainly because I'm shy. I'm 23 and I haven't had a girlfriend in all my life or mayo. It's no use being handsome, tall and smart if you don't have initiative to talk to women, but I don't blame them. That's the way society works. I always hope that one day a woman will try to approach me and take the first step, but I think they don't, because I must be intimidating for them. Someday I hope to overcome my fear of rejection. Sorry for my English, not my native language. Being shy/introvert is hard, but I do hope we overcome this. I have reaped a few benefits of being conventionally attractive, even though I don't consider myself hot. But when I step back and look at the basics of what that means, I suppose I am. It's hindered my relationships, because when I've dated someone I will suddenly hear the "you're way out of my league," and I quickly learned that insecure men will end up cheating if they think they don't deserve you. It's a clusterfuck to navigate. Lots of other factors lead to cheating too, but insecurity is a big one. I have a master's degree and I know I'm intelligent. Emotionally, not just academically. That has intimidated a lot of dates and potential dates too. Men seem shocked, realize manipulation tactics won't work, and that I know myself and my boundaries, so they dip. My looks attract the wrong kind of attention, and also have made dating just be a string of men who want sex and can't really offer much else. You have to get pretty okay with men dipping and not be bothered by the loss of them. The right one who deserves you and will treat you with respect won't make you question if the relationship or dates are going anywhere. Get familiar with your own boundaries and standards. Don't budge on them. It will weed out the S-talkers and half-assed daters very quickly. I, 23F, definitely can relate, and what I can say is that all you can pretty much do is just know your worth and keep your standards. It's exhausting to have to rake through all the F-boys at times, but when it does, just take a break from searching and remember to keep loving yourself first. This applies to anyone BTW. Thank you. If you're above average, attractive people will assume you're conceited. You're also going to attract people because of your looks, and will have to be more conscious about filtering people out. What percentage of the dates you go on are people you asked out vs people who asked you out? I'm honestly an introvert, so it's guys who usually ask me out on dates. Switch it up. Find someone that you think you will share things with and get to know them. Thank you. We'll try this. Without blowing my own horn, I've been told I'm gorgeous and attractive, 29F, and still I've not really had much luck in relationships. Guys just want sex from me. Could also be that I'm a little socially awkward due to being an only child that was left alone a lot as a kid and have ADHD, so I often will come across as weird to people or blurt out the wrong things. How do you deal with it? Do you still push through with dating, or you just wait till the right person comes? I think it's a numbers game, just like with most folks' experience with dating. Old might be worse for you because it's hard for people to represent themselves accurately via dating profiles, and obviously incompatible people won't self-select out of your pool if you're attractive. If you want to date more folks without sifting through masses of unknown strangers, you can ask your friends to suggest some single people they know and trust, or put yourself in situations to be approached by people by joining a hobby club, i.e. running, climbing, crafting, anything you truly enjoy, because then that gives you an icebreaker to start talking to more potential dates organically. I have a hard time finding people that do not want to be in a relationship with me. Every guy friend I get always goes there. I used to always get stuck in relationships too. I'm a bit older now and have learned to express my boundaries in a respectful way that still allows me to build relationships and connections. You'll find that the guys who rush into trying to get into a relationship are the ones who have the most work to do on themselves. I think you are great. Perfect for a person who actually looks for a relationship. I think you just need to meet/find the right person. Hang on. Be patient and keep your standards up. Hope you find that one soon. Peace. My idea of the one is sort of hitting broad points in a partner, i.e. loving, kind, understanding, actually want to be in a relationship. Everything else like being nerdy/weird is just an added bonus. Yeah, it's a tough combination to be attractive and introverted. Normal people are too intimidated to approach you, so you end up only knowing the people who are super confident and on the hunt for sex. Those people are generally not real relationship material. I'm currently trying to solve this puzzle myself. I'm forcing myself out of my comfort zone and trying to be more social. Best of luck with however you choose to address it. I've never found it hard to find someone to be with, just hard to find someone to stay. Yeah, cause dating now is trial and error. They see one thing they don't like about you, and they replace you. I don't wanna be a hypocrite, so I'll admit I'm kinda guilty of doing this too. Yeah, I feel like this is more so with attractive people too. Cause we can be deemed as perfect, so once they see a flaw, they overthink the whole thing. At least in my experience. I was seeing a guy, and it was going really well, until I had one off day where my brain was fried, and I was a little slower than usual. And he ghosted me the next day. OHH, so sorry to hear that. It's okay. This was years ago. I know someone who is super attractive and down to earth, extremely perceptive and has a kind heart. However, she has never dated before, because people are one/afraid to approach her, and two/she is horrible at making conversations. She just doesn't know how to continue conversations and people get the impression that she is uninterested. Gosh, maybe this is what was happening to me, except that I'm the one that asks important questions, so I hope I'm not horrible at them. 22F. I had a lot of trouble finding a relationship. I'm really shy and never approach dudes first really. People sometimes stop me in public, men and women, to tell me I'm pretty. It's really nice. I eventually met my boyfriend 25 meters, and he was really outgoing, attractive by basically all standards, but still never had a serious relationship. The dating pool does suck sometimes, but I think it depends more on how personalities click along with being attracted to them. Yes, that's what matters at the end. If you are compatible, and if you have the same wavelength. Cause looks fade over time. I would say I fall in that category, and I have a hard time trying to get men not to want to F me. How do you deal with it? I F them early on, and if they stick around we are good to go. Do you not get attached? I do, but it's easier to get detached from someone you fucked early on than someone you waited a few months for. The thing that's big is figuring out beforehand if I see myself spending more time with this person. If the answer is no, I don't even waste more time on them. If the answer is yes, I try to get sex in there early on. I'm not saying it's a good solution for everyone, but it's worked for me. The last 3 people I seriously dated I've had sex with on the first 4 dates, and we went on to have 2+ year relationships. I have the same problem BC. I want to take things slow, and many people either just want to hook up or include hooking up and taking it slow. This is true. You just know straight up that they just wanna bang. Any meaningful conversation you try to initiate, and they always divert the topic to something sexual. Right, like they don't *T even try to hide it. They never ask anything personal at *S, just small talk and superficial stuff, or something sexual, and that *S just not attractive to me. Yes, people don't believe me because I low OK model, but I very rarely get asked out. If anything, it's guys that are just looking to hook up, to have a hot girl under their belt. I'm finally seeing someone after 9 years of being single, but I still worry he wants a trophy wife. Also, for context, I make 6 figures, and am fully stable mentally and emotionally. I do not rely on my looks. To the people saying attractive women have more options, most of these options suck. With volume, it's harder to find someone genuine, or the genuine ones are less likely to try approaching. I know lots of average women in happy LTR. My theory is their partner got to know and fell for them for who they are. I've been seen or used as an object by men who see me as an accessory or a milestone, only to turn nasty on me because trying to take me down a notch gives them the same emotional rush as chasing me did. Someone who selects based on looks will always be looking for an upgrade. It's not a group of people who can be typified. It's a gamut from people who look great on paper to people who present themselves as non-superficial and deep thinkers. Ugly and handsome. Rich and broke. A lot of guys who devote a lot of energy to pursuing women. Low-key hate women. Never dated someone who did not want a serious relationship, as far as I know. Mostly they like me more than I like them though. I think you just choose the wrong type of men. If they don't want a relationship, I usually date introverts though. Might be why it is working for me. I'm attractive. On my online profile I had a picture of me outdoors. No makeup with my horse. Literally about to ride my horse with a rain jacket on. That filters out people looking for girls who look like dolls. I'm now in a great relationship with a guy I met online with that as my only picture. BTW, where are you meeting people? Also happy for you. I use dating apps since I've been staying and working at home ever since the pandemic happened. It definitely plays a role. Before I met the man that I've been with for the past 2 years, I was always going in and out of casual at best relationships. I eventually gave up and stopped dating completely. Just be patient and don't settle. You will find someone great. Thank you. Of course. Close bracket. Try looking in the places where you enjoy yourself, out doing your hobbies, or in your favorite environment. That's the best odds of finding someone like-minded who likely has that interest in common with you, and that's a good a place to start as any. Attractive male here who's also successful. I rarely often get approached. Oftentimes I feel like I'm weirding people out, then I realize afterwards they were hesitant to initiate anything. Occasionally I get free drinks and sweets from barista CTC, but I'm clueless to that. So usually I have to do the approach, which becomes exhausting. But in general, yes, for relationships it's harder. I do agree. Thank you for sharing. I relate a lot with the freebies lol. Yeah lol, but do you take it selfishly? I'm always oblivious to it until a friend of mine pointed it out to me, and I'm like, OS, you're right. Most guys don't have the confidence to ask a girl out, let alone someone they feel out of their league. The preconception is that your beauty is an important aspect of your identity because you care for its upkeep, so they'd rather not feel the rejection. Not to mention they think everyone ever is talking to you, so they surely have less of a chance. The ones confident enough to go for it do so cause they're confident they can get what they want from you, but honestly, maybe you should start initiating dates or asking guys out. Waiting for someone to come to you definitely isn't the right move either. And to answer your question, I'd guess you'll receive mixed replies. Having a serious relationship with boundaries is up to you and your firmness, so it's different for everyone. Hi, thank you for your advice. TBH, I haven't tried initiating dates or asking guys out since I'm used to them doing it. I'm also an introvert, so it feels unfamiliar being the one to do the first move. But I will try this, though I hope I don't come off as weird/creep.